All right, so with the code change and the map change, so I've cut out. I had on my list to do to update this map anyway, but so now we got to get a look at this map with a relatively large number of forces on both sides. I think it's 20 versus 20. And there is a lot more roadways so that they can get from east to west, and you don't have as much open space. And this is just a quick pass. It's not the greatest, and it's. I try to make all the maps so they favor the east side, not the west, so I can kind of like say as a default, the AI has a better chance, but the AI is getting better, so that's not that important. Um, but let's see if you can zoom in here on the map a little bit. So over here, this was just like one big open space. Now, when you were to look at line of sight, it's not going to be as complex. Thermal state up here is looking good. You have some in terms of seconds, but we've got the 6 turns going here, and we've got 40 guys total, so the AI is going to be part of what's in play. Just gonna get a look around. All these have been capped, and they're move. I can't really move at this point because of the other guys. Let's see what's happening. Sometime. Oh, it's not letting me pan anymore. There we go. All those have been capped. These cities have been capped. I think I added another one down here. Yeah. So this is kind of a cluster city. And it looks like the blue guys are moving in. They're both set currently on normal. Let's kind of zoom out a little bit. It's kind of worried. I see a little bit too much gray over there. I think I bounced the map a little, or bumped it, I should say, when I was editing it. Back here is an artillery unit. He's a long ways from having anybody in range. So before, a guy like this would call all his spotters. All those spotters could see like a long ways, and now he doesn't get called unless there's somebody that's in range. And we saw a guy that was in range. Doesn't call that code. So it looks good up top. I still don't have good group coordination. I do have uh, range considerations, but really it's more strong. I've got to avoid stalemates if I want to do an AI versus AI. Otherwise, one of the things I'm trying to do is to judge is easy less good than normal, which is less good than hard. If you start putting in too variable rules, then you will get stalemates and you can't get like a comparison. So I got to keep the strong drive to objective points so that people move to the objective points and then get into a fight. One of the things I've seen, and it's happened on this map a lot, you might have one blue guy and 4 red guys, and they can't, not this map, but the way it was before, you had a bunch of city tiles which you can move quickly, and it was kind of like, musical chairs. They would all go cap the opposite color, and they could kind of just swirl around in there, never choosing to attack because they're such a like an easy cap is an easy thing to do, right? So yeah, they were just swirling around. That has not been addressed, but at least they moved to the objectives. I don't want to have guys in the backfield shuddering about, like going back and forth. Like, what is this guy doing here? Let's see what he is. Let's keep a look on him and see what he does. Sometimes during this, it's like I lose control. I haven't looked into that yet. Still trying to pan when I get a thread. What is he doing? What type of unit is that? It's a heavy tank. Oh yeah. I got some problems with these guys. And an artillery unit back here. Artillery unit's moving forward. Let's look at this heavy tank. So the heavy tanks don't have a lot of movement, and I really should distinguish their moves from like the light tank, but it's basically light tanks, medium, and heavy all have the same unit rules currently. And what works good when you have a lot of movement like a light tank and acceptable for a medium tank doesn't work very well for a heavy. You can see a lot of these intersections are the same intersection. Some city tiles, village tiles don't have a good thing to move here. Like I should have moved one in and over, but I don't have the tile to do it. He's not really moving much. Let's see what he does. Artillery is pacing back and forth. That's not good. He doesn't have any spotters within range, so he's not doing, and he's just going back and forth. He's got a local minimum. He doesn't know how to move out of there. So far, so it's not that good. You could see what's going on the other end. These kind of things can be, you can have a workaround because the other guys will go hunt them down. Indirect compute targets. That's in terms of seconds. Run AI turn. I mean, that's the whole AI turn. That's everything that's going on at the moment. So it's understandably high. And up here, we're not overheating, so that's good. I think that's a city cap. Don't know if that'll move over or not. Yeah, he moved over. It's a little bit lagged. There's nobody there. I buffed infantry guns and anti-tank guns. So anti-tank are getting a +2 to their attack on armor units, and the mechanized infantry unit, infantry guns have a buff to the artillery units, infantry, motorized infantry, and other infantry and anti-tank guns. You'll see like 7-1 against an infantry with these guys now. Before there was no difference other than the unit icon and in terms of combat factors and movement and points, there was no difference between infantry guns and anti-tank guns prior to that. That happened this week. So let's watch now that he's got in here. Are they just gonna shuffle about? Let's see, attacks weren't being made. I think that's a light tank. They have enough movement. They can move into woods. The heavy tanks can't. So they get blocked. They also suffer around bridges. So this blue guy does not have anybody in a ranged attack, right? So that's a melee. He prefers not to do that. Melee prefers not to do that. That guy, he doesn't have line of sight. Doesn't have line of sight on those units. So his best choice that he's going to do is move about. But he got killed before he could do that. Same kind of thing with this. They prefer not to do an adjacent attack. Cap if you can, he did. Range attack if you can't cap. Move if you've got a better move where you can do a ranged. And if you can't hold, you'll do a melee attack at the bare minimum. It's like the very low priority. He never attacked. Period. He was capping. So this looks good. Now the question is, will he entrench or not? There's a heavy that didn't get caught in a local minimum. He should entrench. He's got a lot of enemies around him, and he should do that. But I think he's going to try to move in and cap. This heavy tank ever get out? Nope, he's still stuck. I need to add a debug thing to like tap on this unit and show me his current steps. I want to like, I've got a tracing capability that I can dump that stuff. It's not in the log at the moment. Let's see. Yeah, it's not in the log at the moment, but that's the kind of thing I need to turn back on. All right, well, that's that. That's a long video.